She attempted suicide twice.
So she attempts suicide after this journey. Is this before she returns to
Before
London?
and after.
Before and after. So those two attempts. And when she returns to London, life does get a bit better, doesn't it?
Eventually, yes. Yes. This is the sort of golden period. And it's the bit that you wish could have just lasted a bit longer, because she finally falls in love with a good guy, William Godwin, the anarchist philosopher. And, they settle down and, they marry only because she's pregnant and they just can't bear to face the wrath of society against a single mum, which she's already faced. So they do it to protect the child. But unfortunately, that child causes her death. And that child will go on to write Frankenstein.
Mary Shelley. And as a result of
Let's take A24 Leatherhead bypass. In 900 feet. At the roundabout, take the third exit onto A243 Leatherhead bypass. At the roundabout, take the third exit onto A243 Leatherhead bypass.
About her death, because I just found it utterly. It's very distressing. She dies in childbirth at the age of 38. She was at the peak of her writing.
I have to say, I had no idea she was just
exactly.
38.
I mean, what could she have achieved in a full lifetime? She was just hitting her stride. It's really heartbreaking. And it was an unnecessary death. And it's a death that still exists today. Women are at risk when they give birth. And, how can that still be the case 260 years later?
So
anyway,
she dies twice. Because
she dies twice. If she dies, and that's very, very sad, then he was heartbroken. And in his grief, William Godwin writes this biography, first biography, whatever rhymes.
In a quarter of a mile. At the roundabout, go straight on.
Her experiments in life, as Virginia Woolf called them, and the backlash is just nuclear. It's horrendous. Her reputation is scorched. No one will stick up for her. No one will give her.
Go straight on.
Friend in her life just kind of back off. She's toxic.
And once she becomes toxic, how long is she sort of banished from respectability for the great work that obviously made her name?
Well, I would argue that, she still doesn't have her dues. There's no permanent memorial to her anywhere. I'm trying to Mary on the Green. We're trying to get a statue of her.
So there's no statue?
There's no statue. There's no permanent memorial. I mean, given that her fame's world, she influenced...
In 3/4 of a mile.
States,
at the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 Leatherhead bypass.
Doesn't she, as kind of almost this form of a feminist movement in,
she is.
We would say, the 19th century?
Yes. So, and there've been some outstanding biographies written of her, but it's been very much the preserve of feminist history, and yes, that is her legacy. But I just think everybody should know about her, and that's why I wrote the book. To sort of render her more accessible.
Well, as we say, Bea Rollett, thank you very much. Thank you for going on that journey and coming to tell us about it. Bea's book, In Search of Mary, the Mother of All Journeys, is out this Thursday. Still to come, you've probably been putting it off for years, and now I'll probably put it off forever, but it's never too late. What it's like to become a best-selling author in your 60s, having never previously written a book. You'll be hearing about some tips and how you can finally get round to it. But in preparation for my next guest, I only had a
In 1,000 feet.
It's not often you have your
At the roundabout, take the second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 Leatherhead bypass.
Many people love, and she's on a mission to remind us of the joys of proper food, not just clean eating. Izzy, good morning.
Good morning.
I like your dungarees with your name.
Just in case you forgot who I was.
Exactly, it's very helpful. I wish all guests came in like that. So, your new book I have here, Healthy Appetite. You say you've written in reaction to this craze for fit food and clean eating.
Yeah, I mean, you are a big fan of things like Instagram and Twitter, you are, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm sure anybody who's using social media at the moment, you'd be blind not to have noticed the hashtag phenomenon.
In half a mile. At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A246 Young Street.
Dairy-free, sugar-free, sort of cut back that a little bit. But you start to see that more and more, and the pictures that started going with it were sort of, to begin with, kind of inspiring. I was following a lot of people because of it. So I started realising that the more I was seeing these hashtags, the more the sort of love and the passion and the heart and the body and soul was coming out of food. And cookery, essentially. The recipes were getting much, much easier. Sometimes you just sort of see an array of vegetables sort of scattered over a plate in a sort of primary colour.
Watch out, roadworks reported on the road ahead.
I'm not really looking at food as was a delicious recipe and things which we wanted to eat.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A246, Young Street.
Eat yourself thin, and if I recall correctly, I never made them. Sweet potato brownies?
Don't. That's actually one of my most embarrassing recipes.
Sorry, it's my job to bring these things up.
No, I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, I remember when I did cook myself thin, and that was sort of over 8 years ago now. One of the recipes that I did was a sort of sweet potato brownie. And I did it because I was really interested in what was written about health food for a very long time, for over 10 years. I've been writing about it for that amount of time for the show, about it, you know. But actually my philosophy was always about the flavour. You know, I am actually a trained chef. I've worked in kitchens for many years. I've worked with some of the biggest chefs in the country for many years. You know, my passion is about flavour and technique, actually. I really
In 2.2 miles.
And
at the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24, South London Road.
The busier our lives are getting, the more we want to know about health food, the easier the food, we want the food to become easier to cook. But the problem is the second that you make food easy, sometimes you lose technique, and so therefore when you lose technique, sometimes you lose flavour. And now it's also got a bit out of control. You know, it is literally raw vegetables are considered a dish now. You know, and I just want to prove that we're a nation of like tea and biscuit drinkers. You know, that's kind of how we've been brought up, and no dairy, no wheat. And you know, I just think it's a bit criminal that we're now taking away whole food groups and saying that it's healthier to eat this way. So I sort of have been on a bit of a rampage, preaching around the country, trying to explain that actually this isn't the case. And there's a lot of misconceptions with health. There's a lot of misconceptions with allergies and allergens and things like that. You know, that of course it's a very real thing. There are a lot of people out there who do have genuine allergies. But if you have a genuine allergy, more than likely you've known this since birth. Things like celiac disorder, you can get that diagnosed later on in life, of course. But if we diagnosed with an allergy, I mean, it
is quite confusing though at the moment, just for people like me.
Watch out, roadworks reported on the road ahead.
And you don't know, somebody like yourself or